While passing through small-town Ohio during a cross-country lecture tour, notoriously acerbic New York radio personality Sheridan Whiteside injures his hip after slipping and falling on the icy steps of the house of the Stanleys, a prominent family with whom he's supposed to dine as a publicity stunt. He insists on recuperating in their home during the Christmas holidays, to which they agree to avoid a threatened $150,000 lawsuit with Thomas E. Dewey as his attorney. The overbearing, self-centered celebrity soon comes to dominate the lives of the residents and everyone else who enters the household. He commandeers the most prominent rooms in the house and restricts his host and hostess to the upper story of their house. He cons the doctor to exaggerate his recovery time by promising to read the doctor's unpublished magnum opus, which he promptly disregards. He runs up long-distance phone bills to and from important personages like Winston Churchill and Ethiopian Emperor Haile Selassie. He receives intrusive presents from prominent naturalists such as live shipments of 4 penguins and an octopus. He invites to a luncheon convicts, including murderers, from the Sheridan Whiteside fan club from the state penitentiary. He bullies and exasperates his nurse to the point that she quits, declaring she has changed her mission in life from relieving the suffering of humanity to working at a munitions factory. Whiteside encourages young adults Richard and June Stanley to pursue their dreams, contrary to the wishes of their conventional father. He declares that Ernest Stanley's odd sister Harriet is right out of the Hound of the Baskervilles, trying to recall where he has seen her face before. Meanwhile, Whiteside's assistant Maggie Cutler finds herself attracted to local newspaperman Bert Jefferson. When Bert reads his play to her, she is so impressed she asks Whiteside to show it to his contacts. After a few dates, she announces she will quit Whiteside's employment to marry Bert, though Bert doesn't know it yet. Bert gives her a gold charm bracelet as a Christmas present and they flirtatiously banter. Loath to lose such an efficient aide, Whiteside does his best to sabotage the blossoming romance. He exaggerates the effects of his injuries to extend his stay in the house to further his sabotage. Luring glamorous actress Lorraine Sheldon with the prospect of a leading role in an important new play by an upcoming playwright, he intends Lorraine to steal Bert away from Maggie. Lorraine convinces Bert to spend time with her to fix up the play. Threatened by Lorraine's presence, Maggie conspires with Whiteside's friend Beverly Carlton, a practical joker and accomplished mimic, to impersonate Lorraine's wealthy would-be prospect, Lord Cedric Bottomley, who Lorraine has pursued relentlessly for months, luring Lorraine back to Palm Beach with a telephoned proposal from Lord Bottomley. When Lorraine discovers the ruse, she vows to take Bert from Maggie. When Maggie realizes Whiteside is behind the underhanded scheme with Lorraine, she quits. Somewhat chastened, Whiteside concocts a plan to get Lorraine out of the way, with the help of his friend Banjo. Appealing to Lorraine's vanity, they trick her into acting out a scenario and stepping into an Egyptian sarcophagus, slam it shut, and ship her off to Nova Scotia. Finally fed up with his shenanigans, meddling, insults, and unbearable personality, Mr. Stanley swears out a warrant ordering Whiteside to leave in 15 minutes. However, with seconds to spare, Whiteside recalls that Stanley's sister Harriet has a past as an infamous axe murderess, and blackmails Stanley by threatening to expose her. He forces Mr. Stanley to drop the warrant, and further to allow his children to do as they please. As Whiteside departs, First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt calls on the phone. Distracted by the last-minute notification, Whiteside falls on the Stanleys' icy steps again and is carried back inside, much to Mr. Stanley's consternation. Meanwhile, Eleanor Roosevelt is forgotten, left unattended on the phone in the commotion.